Who is the greatest player ever to grace the Premier League?
Thierry Henry for me. I mean, he was unplayable. I was thinking about it earlier. Wrote a list of Bergkamp, Giggs, Shearer, Ronaldo. But for me, Henry just had something just so special. He was unplayable.
For most fans and football personalities alike, when it comes to the best to ever play in the Premier League, there is one name that echoes louder than others.
Thierry Henry! Henry! Thierry Henry! Fantastic goal! Absolutely brilliant from Henry!
Thierry Henry is a legend for Barcelona and France, and he is a lot more for Arsenal. What's up, guys? It's Footballista 24, and today we take a look at Thierry Henry's incredible career and why many claim that he is the best Premier League player of all time. Thierry spent most of his teenage years in Monaco's youth team before moving up to the first team under no other than Arsene Wenger. Because of his insane speed, Henry was deployed on the left wing, where he spent the majority of his early years playing. He was France's brightest young footballer and helped Monaco clinch the Ligue 1 title in '97 and impressively led the club to the Champions League semi-final in '98. He was instrumental for the French national team just at the age of 20 when they won the '98 World Cup. A young Frenchman winning a Ligue 1 title with Monaco, as well as a memorable Champions League run to the semis. On top of that, a World Cup under his belt, all as a youngster. Where have we heard that story before? Oh, that's right. Henry had made a name for himself, and in 1999, he got the attention of Italian giants Juventus. After a January transfer, Henry spent just half a season in Italy before his departure in the summer. Henry struggled in Juventus playing on the left wing, where he only managed 3 goals in 16 appearances. After feeling out of place and falling out with Juve's director, Henry decided his time in Italy must come to an end. Juve manager at the time, Carlo Ancelotti, later admitted that failing to realize Thierry Henry was a striker and not a winger is one of his biggest managerial regrets, and he is still haunted by how he allowed him to leave for just 11 million euros. Yes, 11 million euros. One man that saw Henry's striking potential was none other than the great Arsene Wenger, who reunited with Henry at Arsenal, and they would go on to share so many memorable moments during their 8 seasons together. Like so many new transfers, Henry's start in the Premier League was slow as he was transitioning from a winger to a striker. In fact, it took him 9 games to score his first goal for the club, whom he would go on to score a staggering 228 goals, a club record. After a tough start, he still managed to bag 26 goals in his first season. On the international front, Henry would pick up his next big trophy after the '98 World Cup by helping France claim Euro 2000. His first 2 years at Arsenal were full of many individual moments of brilliance, but it was not enough to help the club win trophies, as they would finish second best behind rivals Man United in the league both years. One of his classy goals during the first 2 years was the half volley against Man United that will forever be remembered. It was in 2002 when Henry and Arsenal finally overcame United and won the league in fashion on United's territory, Old Trafford. They also managed to complete the double by beating Chelsea to lift the FA Cup. After a shockingly disappointing World Cup campaign with France in 2002, Henry enjoyed a strong 4th season as Arsenal finished behind United in the league but were able to retain the FA Cup. It was during the 2003-2004 season where Henry and Arsenal reached the Mount Everest of football, going an entire season undefeated to win the league in style once again on enemy ground, this time in Tottenham's house, White Hart Lane. In a career that saw so many accomplishments, becoming invincible is arguably Henry's greatest achievement, That summer, Thierry had another forgettable campaign with France after a disappointing Euro in 2004. The season following that, Arsenal fell short in the league, finishing second to Mourinho's rising Chelsea side, but found consolation in FA Cup victory against bitter rivals Man United. The season after, Henry carried Arsenal as they scraped through to the Champions League final in 2006, in which they fell to Barcelona in a 2-1 defeat after going down to 10 men. 06-07 was Henry's last season for the Gunners and proved disappointing as he spent the majority of the season injured. Uncertainty over Arsene Wenger's future and the club's purchase of the Emirates Stadium, which forced them to cut spending, were among the contributors to his departure. Henry left England as the first player to score more than 20 goals in the league for 5 consecutive seasons, with 2 league titles and 2 FA Cups as Arsenal's record goal scorer. The only glitch in his time at Arsenal being his failed attempt to bring the club European glory. Henry still had a chance to win the Champions League to complete an already fulfilled career, but he would have to leave his beloved Arsenal to do so. During his time at Arsenal, Henry became known for his trademark finish, a right foot finish where he opened up his body to roll the ball past the goalkeeper. It came so natural to him, and he made it look so effortless. But this was just one of the weapons in his arsenal, as he scored a variety of astonishing goals. 1v1, dribbling, long range, even a back heel while carrying a defender on his back.
Henry in the near post position here. How did he get that in? Is there any end to this man's range of skills?
No one doubts Henry's ability to put the ball in the back of the net. After all, he is the club's record goal scorer. But there is so much he did besides scoring goals that he doesn't get enough credit for. His goals did not just come in easy league games or low-stake matches. He always seemed to find the net in the big and important games. Henry had the ability to turn the game on its head. 1 minute his team concedes a goal and his teammates have their heads down. The next minute he is celebrating after dragging his team back with a wondrous strike. One aspect of Henry's game that gets overlooked are his assists. Most lethal strikers are not known to also be providers, but that wasn't the case with Henry. He was the top assister in the Premier League in 2003 as a striker, where he had 20 plus goals and 20 plus assists, an assist record for a season that still stands as a Premier League record. With so many vocal leaders in the team locker room such as Patrick Vieira, Tony Adams, and Martin Keown, Henry's leadership on the pitch can get overlooked, but he was often the one to keep his teammates motivated and composed to drive them to victory. 2 examples out of the many to lay out his leadership ability include a Champions League tie during the Invincible season, where Arsenal visited the San Siro, having lost the first meeting 3-0 at home to Inter Milan. What happened next was a massacre, as Henry inspired Arsenal to a 5-1 win from up top with 2 goals and 2 assists to slay the Nerazzurri. Henry was so unbelievably good that Inter defenders Javier Zanetti and Marco Materazzi, whom Henry tormented the whole night, couldn't help but show their respect as they were caught fighting over Thierry's shirt after the match. The second example came during Arsenal's long Champions League journey to the final in 2006, where the Gunners came across Madrid's Galacticos, where Henry single-handedly took his team past Los Blancos. He scored the only goal across 2 legs against Madrid, and what a goal it was, and what a leader he was. His time at North London is truly one for the history books. In a career that has seen so much success, it would have been a shame to see the great Thierry Henry hanging the boots without lifting the ultimate prize in club football, the Champions League. Having come in reaching distance of the trophy in 06 with Arsenal, Henry had to leave the club as they were undergoing transformation, where there was an emphasis on long-term success with an investment in youth. But Henry didn't have much time left while he was still at the top. After a switch to Barcelona in the summer of 07, he finished his debut season as club top scorer with 19 goals and 9 assists, as Barca endured a frustrating season where they were out in the semis of both the Champions League and the Copa del Rey, while finishing third in La Liga behind Real Madrid and Villarreal. Henry's second season at Barcelona, however, was a different story. It is one for the history books, as new manager Pep Guardiola guided the Catalans to a first treble in Spanish history, securing the La Liga, Copa del Rey, and Champions League trophies, in addition to the Supercopa de España, UEFA Super Cup, and FIFA Club World Cup later to make it a sextuple. He finally got his hands on the Champions League trophy he was so close to lifting 3 years earlier, and Henry was an integral part of the team, finishing the year with 26 goals and 10 assists. What makes Henry's stats even more impressive is the fact that he was deployed on the left wing for Barcelona as opposed to the striker role he had been accustomed to at Arsenal. Henry formed a prolific front line with Messi and Samuel Eto'o as they combined to score 100 goals between them that season. Henry's third and final season saw him with limited game time as age was catching up to him and Pedro's role in the Barca team continued to increase. Henry moved to America to play for the New York Red Bulls after to wrap up an incredible career, but not without a brief and exciting loan spell at Arsenal that Gunners will never forget.
Nothing will ever top that night for me.
In December 2014, Henry retired, having won everything there is to win in the game. An all-time leading goal scorer for Arsenal and for France, Henry had accomplished everything the game had to offer, and his incredible period in the game will forever be remembered, especially his years at Arsenal. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe so we can continue to bring great content for y'all. And as always, until next time.